She went out for dinner. Went out for dinner. So, all right. So here's some info that we have on the e-commerce that is coming, and there's some good things from it. But as we know, changes always can be, kind of a shift in your mindset and everything. So, hi, Willa Ann. So sometimes it can be like a little overwhelming when there's so much all at once. And so we're just going to take it in little bits and pieces and see that it's going to be a help for us. But sometimes it's hard to see that when we don't know all of the information yet. So
Right.
still kind of figuring that out. So let's see, I will share my screen. So I have like a little presentation, and then I'm also going to share, there's a lady, her name is Emily Schutte, and she did the same thing, but she explained some more details about, or some of her ladies, they were doing their Zoom meeting and had some questions. And I thought some of the things that she mentioned were good. So if you wanted to see more information, you sure could. So let's see here. Whoops, what did I do here? Okay. So I'm on the wrong screen. So I'll share that one too later. This is just like kind of all the stuff that we were emailed, but all in one area. So, oh, here comes Anne. So if you just wanted to see, like, here's the video of what's happening, and that, the stuff you could print off about the e-commerce experience. It's all just like in one spot, which is kind of handy to be able to have it all in one spot here. So, because it's kind of a lot of info to figure out. And so I liked how they put it all here. So I'll add that to like a Facebook info on here. So welcome, Anne. Anne's been on vacation, so we're glad that she's back, and good to have her. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, so I will present our new e-commerce experience. Okay, here we go. And like I said, if you have questions throughout, feel free to just ask. And if I know, I will shed some light on it. So, okay, so just one thing I did here today that was kind of nice is, how we've got our websites, and some of us might even have our own cards and stuff like that with our website, like, marykay.com/ and then Leah Ray Clark or whatever. It sounds to me like that's going to be staying, which would be great. Oh, Amy's here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking I don't really want to. Hi, Amy, welcome. I don't want to have to reorder all of my business cards and that kind of thing. They're just going to be calling our website My Shop, I think. So that way you don't have to worry about that. So kind of nice, because I think I've kind of trained a lot of my customers to use my website, and that way it'll be easy for them. So anyway, the new platform, I think even the Mary Kay website that we have has, whenever I started, it was kind of ancient. That was 5 years ago. And they did kind of update a few things, but not a whole lot. So this is supposed to be really handy because, like, let's say your customer wants to look at a lipstick or something like that and see, it'll have a whole bunch of information on it. And it's also going to have like the Mirror Me app right there, so they could try it on and see what they think. So I think it's going to be really good. I don't know about the Skin Analyzer app or like the Foundation Finder, but it sounds like it's going to be very user friendly. So I like that part of it, that it's all going to be kind of connected in that way. So that'll be good. So that is cool. So it's supposed to be more effective and easier to use and connect with your customers. And then what is changing? So it'll be an updated marykay.com site, but like we were saying, it should be the same personal website that you have. They're just calling it My Shop, just to kind of personalize it in that way. And then they're transitioning from ProPay to Stripe for payment processing. And the main reason for that is because then Mary Kay, like, in case there were to be like fraud or any scammers out there trying to get certain products, then it's in Mary Kay's hands and not ProPay's hands, and they're taking care of all the fraudulent issues that there might be, which is really quite nice because I think it could get to be a mess otherwise. So Stripe will be good, and it should, as far as I know it, the payment should be in your account, your bank account, within 24 hours or less. So I was thinking it was immediate, and it sounds like it might be 24 hours, but still, I feel like that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
And ProPay was free, right?
yes.
Or will Stripe still be free?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything otherwise at this point. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I believe that will be the case. So it'll be nice when we kind of get some of these extra things sorted out. And then let's see, we'll have some updates to My Customers. So the My Customer app will not be using that. But that's because this My Shop is going to be mobile friendly as well. So you'll be able to use that instead. So, and then the consultant locator becomes consultant connector. So I also saw something on there about how, like, if you have a star, sometimes people would they'd be able to find you easier if you were a star consultant because you'd go up to the top of the list. I'm not sure that that's what's going to happen with like if someone's looking for a Mary Kay consultant. So I guess we'll see. But it doesn't hurt to be a star because you get more prizes. Any questions at the moment?
Well, I do actually. When I was reading through this, it said that shipping to customers via the My Shop, that all customer orders placed through a beauty consultant's My Shop will be fulfilled and shipped by Mary Kay on behalf of the consultant. The beauty consultant will no longer have the option to fulfill the online order from her inventory.
Yes. So I know that that's just if they use My Shop to purchase from you. However, there's going to have to be some way for you to fulfill it from your inventory because, I mean, so many of us have inventory or we do in-person parties and then you have it right there for them because that's the Mary Kay way. So that just hasn't been explained to us yet as to how that's going to happen. But I do know that that's in the works. And one way you can go about that, I believe there'll be like an area like CDS. Well, wait, no, that's not it because you don't want a CDS.
CDS is going away.
Yeah, that'll be going away. So I guess it's nice, but in the fact that things are going to get to your customer faster, but you don't have as much as control, I guess. So I guess we'll just have to kind of play around with it a little bit and see. For some, you could even say, hey, would you let me know if you want to order, and I can place the order for you on your behalf, and you'll be able to give a discount and a percentage off if it's like their birthday or something like that, but they just have to go through you first, is what it sounds like. So we might just have to train our customers if we need to work around that a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, so that'll be interesting, which is kind of ironic since we're really wanting to push them to go to our website, but at the same time, then it's like, well, do we want them, doing that? Or, yeah, so I know some beauty consultants are kind of thinking through the 50% off specials that we do and trying to figure out like how much extra profit are they really making from that. I find it to be helpful, and I have customers on other products that they wouldn't be on otherwise, and they appreciate the little extras. So,
Willa Ann has some questions in the chat.
oh, I'm so sorry. Can't see the chat. So I'll stop my share for a minute and then I should be able
Judith
to.
wanted to know, will we be able to pay with Stripe like we can right now with ProPay?
Let's see.
I don't think so.
No, I think, will we be able to pay with Stripe? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Because if someone were to pay you for their order, then you'd have to turn around and pay for it with your own card or something like that, unless you have a separate app like I think it's the Square.
Square site, yeah.
Yeah, I like to use that one, just especially if you were doing in-person parties, because then they can pay you like that way. But let's see
Like
here.
when I put an order in for myself,
Yeah,
I don't pull anything from my bank account. I just use what I already have sitting in ProPay to pay.
yeah,
Yeah, I do that too.
yep,
And if it's more than that, then I'm like, okay, then I clearly don't
Mhm.
need this because I don't need to spend more than I've made.
right. So it's
I
almost
kind
like
of-
you might want to have a separate like area that's a separate checking account that you
But
just have Mary Kay stuff in.
Will
you can
we,
also do the prepaid Visa.
right, yeah, will we get
So that's-
a debit card like we have with ProPay or?
You know, I'm not sure on that one either. So I am writing down your questions because if that was the case, that would be really handy. Then you could just
Right.
use that card and then yeah. So we will be able to do order adjustments, yes. Just not if they were to, I guess, purchase right off of your My Shop. You'd have to kind of do it separately. So it kind of gets to be a little bit messy in that way because you know how we're making 50%, but they don't see that necessarily. So giving like a reimbursement or something like that.
Well,
We may,
hopefully we'll still have control over some of that, as to the samples that we add and the
yes,
decisions that we take. I mean, I know that there's a place in the My Shop where you can put in specials.
yes. And you can also, what was the other part you could do on there? I'm trying to think. Yeah, you'll be able to decide like if they have a certain amount that they purchase from you that they'll get free shipping. That'll be a possibility on there. So I would assume that there's going to be more adjustments that we can make. It's just, I'm not quite sure how that's going to look yet, but I do know that it's being used in Germany already. They were the first to try it and it's working really well. Like their sales are skyrocketing because of
That's
it.
great.
Yeah, so it's nice to know we're not the guinea pigs.
Will we be able to send a cart? So like if I was doing a
Ooh.
live on Instagram and I said, get the get the eye cream and this lipstick and I'll put it in a cart right here. Like, can I link a cart of things like that or like
Hmm.
send
That would be
somebody,
awesome.
like if my girlfriend's looking at this sunset lipstick, can I send it to her in
Right.
a cart?
Uh-huh. I'm not sure on that either because that would be so handy. Just send it off to
Yeah.
them. Because so often I'll send a picture of something like this
Mhm.
is the product that you're looking for.
Mhm.
So if you could put it in a cart for them, that'd be great. So I'm writing all your questions
Yeah.
down here too.
So can we send a cart?
Yes, can we send a cart? Yeah, because that's so handy
It
from other
is.
companies that will allow you to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, other things that I might know about or not know, I'll write it down. I wish I had all the answers. That would be great, but fortunately, I haven't heard everything yet. So,
When does it switch over?
well, that's a good question too. I think that might be the next slide, but
okay.
it's supposed to be before. I'm assuming it's going to be like November 1st. I'm just setting it out there in my mind like that. And if it's not quite ready, that's fine. But it sounds like it's going to be around that time.
Mhm.
So they're just working out the kinks. But I guess so from here, the choice is yours to either sell in person or online. You can utilize your personal inventory or delivery or take advantage of the My Shop experience with immediate shipping to your customer. So I'm not sure if there's going to be an option where you can turn off My Shop. I really don't know, but it's just supposed to be an extension to help you get things sent off faster to your customers, is how I'm understanding it. Not to replace what we're already doing. Although it feels kind of that way, but I don't think that's the intention. I think it's meant to help because there's so many shopping carts out there that are getting abandoned from, so, and I see it happen too. It'll say like, so-and-so was looking at your website and these are the things in their cart, but then they don't go ahead with it because they're frustrated or they're not able to figure out how to get the discount. Although I think most of my customers will say, hey, I'm having trouble with this, but apparently there's like millions that are being lost because of that. So that's kind of the reason for this new platform. So, okay, yeah. So here, mark your calendar. Like we were just talking about, the finishing touches are still being made to ensure that everything is polished. I'm sure there will be some things that, you know, need fixing, of course, too. But so they don't have an official launch date yet. So they just want us to just keep our eyes open. And but like if you get paid through ProPay, the last time that'll be is October 31st through that. So just I think what you'll want to do is make sure that you have any money in ProPay sent to your, you know, your bank account or transferred over at that point. That would probably be good. And
Leah,
then, yeah.
I was just reading here where it says the CDS payments where the beauty consultant could input the customer's credit card number into the CDS order. That's no longer going to be. It says the beauty consultants must enter their personal credit cards to place the orders. So it's encouraged to pre-collect for the orders.
Oh, right. So that you, and that can be annoying because in a way, then you're like the banker. And I don't really want to be a bank. So I'm going to want to encourage them to do it themselves on my shop. And it's supposed to be super easy. There's also supposed to be Apple Pay and another.
Oh, yay. Apple
Yeah.
Pay is great.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a couple different things like that we can use. So hopefully they'll utilize it then more than if they have to whip out their card or something.
Apple Pay is so easy.
Okay, good. I have used it before when I had an iPhone and I loved it.
Mhm,
So,
I love it. I'm excited. So we'll have Apple Pay. So it'll be, so I bet we can send them a cart and I bet they can just pay with Apple Pay.
that would be great because
I
then
bet you.
not having to use your own bank account like you were saying.
Yeah, there was another one, Apple Pay and that they
Let's see.
totally mentioned.
Google Pay? Yep.
Maybe it was, or maybe it was Wallet. I can't remember which.
Okay.
Maybe it's
yeah.
all of them.
It could be.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks like Stripe does not act as a holding bank. So with Stripe, profits you earn from My Shop will deposit directly into your bank account. You'll also be able to provide additional payment options like Apple Pay and Google Pay.
I wonder if we're going to get charged that
30
fee
cents
that we've always been charged about.
with ProPay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like for every single
Right.
time you would pull it out. I hope not. Wouldn't that be nice? Because that was like 30 cents or something every single time. So, oh, okay. And then instead of it being the consultant locator, it's going to be called the consultant connector. And that is, so we'll just have 2 zip codes instead of, I think you could add up to 5 different zip codes before for your area. But what's nice is what the search is going to expand from 10 to 50 miles from those 2 zip codes that you already have. So you'll be visible with potential customers as well. So you don't have to worry about that because that's a really doable, I feel like that's a good amount of mileage from your home. I don't like to get much further than that. And in that point, you might want to just be using, you know, the My Shop. If it gets to 50 miles, that gets expensive for delivering and stuff. So,
Right. Yeah.
great questions. I wish I knew more about, so I'll see about the, if there'll be 30-cent charge.
Have a German contact? No.
Yeah, honestly, jawohl. Okay, so my customers on launch day, my customers will become mobile friendly with a few key changes. Okay, are they going to call it my customers? I feel like, I don't know. So the only things that are going to really carry over will be birthdays. But if you've been tracking all kinds of stuff like anniversaries, graduations, spouses, you know, their dogs and things like that, you might want to add that to the notes section. I am not that good. I would do birthdays. And then sometimes for their phone numbers there was like a home phone number and a mobile phone number area. I just wanted to make sure I had a mobile phone in there and not the home, because I'm not sure that the home numbers are going to transfer over.
Right.
So just kind of keep an eye on that. But
Yeah.
otherwise,
I
yeah.
I moved anything that didn't have mobile next to it. I copied it and put it in the mobile just
Oh, great.
so I was sure I had it.
Yeah.
And so anyway.
Good. Okay,
And I
good.
put I only had a couple that had other dates to remember, and I went ahead and put those in the notes section
Oh,
like
nice.
they suggested.
Well, and I think those matter whenever, you remember somebody's anniversary or something. That's really great. So if you have the ability to switch it over to the notes section, then you'll have that information.
Yeah.
So that should be good. All right. So, and then I guess it'll just be from 2023 onward. Some of us were talking about, the ones who will ask you, well, do you remember what I ordered back in the day? And we'll only be able to do 2 years worth unless you're gonna, export all of the information. I kind of feel like at that point I might just get them started on something new or try something, have them take a quiz to see where they're at with their foundation, stuff like that. Unless it's like some of your really good customers, I might want to check that so I have their information available. So yeah. Let's see here. So this is the customer data that we'll be migrating over. Well, let's see here. I can't see my screen because I have too much stuff going on. Okay, that will be migrated, and then there'll be some that won't. So like we were just talking about, the name, photo, birthday, address, email, mobile phone number for registered customers that customers created and my customers. When we do switch over to the new My Shop, they'll just have to create a new password is what I've been told for that. And I don't know, sometimes if you've ever seen this before where like the customer's having trouble figuring out how to create their own, to register. So you do it for them and then they finally figure it out. So then you've got two. I don't know if those will both be, I don't think one or the other is going to delete. I think they're just going to both be there. So if you can figure out which one was the one that the customer created, you can delete the other one. Otherwise, you can just leave them. And if that makes sense, you get kind of confusing, but I don't want to lose anybody. So figure it's okay. Just leave it as it is. So yeah, customer password will need to reset their passwords when the new site goes live. Okay. Oh, I guess if you did a customer tag, there is an area where you could do like a customer tag on there, and you could say like if they had oily skin or dry skin. It looks like that will be transferring. So that's interesting. Although I just kind of look at the products that they're using too, and sometimes you can also figure it out from there. Combo oily cleanser, stuff like that. Okay, so here's the exciting part though, I think, the tiered discount structure. Starting and maintaining your Mary Kay business is easier than ever with a new tiered discount structure that incentivizes growth at your pace. So I like this, that it's going to help us to stay more competitive in a way that's strategic, responsible, true to who we are, but also so here's like for a new consultant, what that would look like if they're brand new and just getting started, and there'll still be great start qualified orders so that you can unlock that really big bundle, the very first bundle. I think it's over $300 retail in free product. But they can also do the active inventory order of $225 so that they get that 50% off. But the great part is that you can start selling right away with My Shop and collecting orders. And then you'll get 30% profit already as you get started, even if you aren't able to unlock an active inventory order right away. So it'll kind of accumulate until you do, and then you'll start to get the 50% profit from there. So that's kind of nice, because if you've just been in a party and you had so much fun, and so you purchased product because you were enjoying Mary Kay, and then you thought, oh, I'll just join the team. But then you've spent all your money because you like the products. This way, you don't feel like you have to place that order right away. You can sell it right away, and those products will be sent to your customers instead of having to, your new customers, instead of having to get a 225 order put together from a party or something like that. So, and you're earning profit already too. So that is pretty awesome. So you can begin selling right away with the 30% profit potential. And once a new consultant's My Shop orders for the month accumulate to the 450 retail, then she becomes active and then gets the 50% profit. Does that make sense? That kind of,
Yes.
okay. I just think it's nice to offer that, because I would have liked that when I got started. I couldn't do
Yeah,
it
I think
either.
that's great.
Yeah, it kind of gives you more of a win right away out of the gate, which is what we need, because so often I'll have consultants get started, but then they can't get to the 225, and so then they just quit. And then I feel like, oh, they really missed out on, the Mary Kay experience. So, and then that also extends to consultants as well in inactive, or if you're in like past the inactive status, you can still, you can make that 30%, make the 30% profit as well by any, it just accumulates. So here's some examples, like say somebody, you get a $70 My Shop order, a $90 My Shop order, you get a $150, and then the 200. So then by the end of the month, you're active, and then you're getting 50% profit. So that is really kind of cool, because in the past, then I wouldn't have been able to fulfill those orders. And then you have to wait till you can put that 225 order in. Now you can get them sent off right away and at least make 30% profit.
30% is generous, because I
Yes.
just came from Synergence. It's 20% there. So,
Oh, is that right?
So 30% is great.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, with
Better.
a lot of companies, even 30% is like, woo. So
It is.
to be able to have that right out of the gate is really good.
Yeah.
And then just kind of gives you also with your own, if you decide that you want to place your own order along with it, that also counts towards that. However, I think, is it in this next one? It always pays to be an active consultant, as you can see the difference there with the 30 to 50% if you're active. But let's see here. So yeah, you just don't want to be leaving money on the table. Now, if you're inactive, to get that 30%, let's see here, on your own, like for your own order, to be able to, I'm trying to think about how to say this the right way. I think it's $100 retail up to $4.99, I want to say, My Shop order as an inactive consultant. You can still get yourself active, but I wouldn't really want to place an order under $100 because of the price of shipping being $13.95. So if you can, do a bulk order on your own that's a little more than 100, that's going to help you. But it all goes towards becoming active. Maybe the next page shares it a little bit better. Let's see here. It gets kind of confusing at times. So I'm glad they're, oh, here it is. Okay, so if you're inactive, inventory orders from $100 to $449.99 retail will receive a 30% discount. Okay, that makes sense. And then inventory orders under $100 will not receive a discount, but it will also accumulate towards your active status. But I don't know of anybody who wants to pay full price for anything if you're a beauty consultant. So if you can help it, have a girlfriend go in with you and order something if they're local, then you'll get there faster. So that is that. I can't remember how much is left here, but we're getting there. And then exciting news for all consultants, both your retail sales from your online shop plus, so the My Shop, and any online inventory orders placed during the month accumulate to help you reach active status. So it should help, I think, all of us to have a better, rocking our business. I think if you have team members as well that are trying to get active, it'll also encourage them too. And we'll have more that are like, reds because they're able to get there. Just having that little boost. So
Didn't our online orders plus our own orders always accumulate to reach active status?
yes.
I was like, is that different from now?
No, they just made it more exciting by saying exciting news. As if it's a news flash or something, but but yes, you're right. Thanks, Willan. Okay, so here's an example, like if you're, and I'll share all this so you can kind of take a look at it and see on your own time if you want to. But let's say a customer placed an order on My Shop and you're an active consultant, you get the 50% potential profit there. So that's exciting. But if you're not active, this order will push you, will push me over $450 retail for the month, and then you could have that 50% potential profit. If you're not active at the time or towards the end of the month, you'll still get 30% profit. So that's good, but then it kind of starts up again the next month for the accumulation. And then I'm placing an inventory order on InTouch. If you're active, you're getting that 50% earned discount. If you're not active, whoops, sorry, trying to move my stuff around on the screen here and I'm not seeming to do very well. So if it's, come here, little guy. Okay, there we go. This order is $100 to $449.99 retail. You'll still get the 30% off. But if it's, under 100 retail, then you wouldn't get any percentage off. So just want to make sure not to do that, because then we might as well be purchasing from one of our friends so they can at least make profit, right? So yeah. So that is kind of how that looks there. And then I think many of you have seen the little checklist that I put in our group just to kind of help you be successful. Just make sure that you actually have your banking account with your information. I know some did not have banking accounts, and then that made it kind of tricky. So this gives us a little bit of time if that is the case, then you can do that to make sure you get paid. So, and then I think, okay, yeah, so there'll be more details coming. I don't know all the information, as you know, but I am learning. And I just hope it's going to be helpful for everyone out there. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything in the chat here. Oh, okay, sending a cart. Oh, no problem. Hi, Ann.
But was
Just-
My Shop just another word for my website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just another word. And
But it's a little easier.
Yeah.
use?
Well, yeah, I was mentioning to at the beginning that it should
I
still
was a
have.
few minutes late.
Oh, no worries. It should still be your regular website. So like marykay.com / Amy Sandler. They're just calling it My Shop. So probably like, my McDonald's or my whatever.
But in My Shop, they can probably pay with Apple Pay.
Yes. And they can
So
also.
if you had a party and you just said, if you don't have a lot of inventory and you had a party, you could just say, everybody go to whatever, Mary Kay, Amy Sandler, and then we'll just help them pick on the phone, and then they can just pay pretty quickly and have it sent to their house.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because I think some consultants were getting orders and it was like an email sent to them, but if they weren't really active or paying attention, they might not even know that they had an order. So I had somebody who said, oh yeah, I had somebody ordered back in July, but I didn't know. And so then it just kind of went by the wayside. This way, that won't happen. So that's good too.
Oh.
Because they check out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
don't have to wait. Like we could pick, we had the option of they check out, they send, you get the email sent, right? And then you check them out. Now we don't have that option.
Right. If they use my shop, then they just do it all. So that's so that'll be a little learning curve for us to figure out how we want to work that with the inventory that you do have. If you're working on getting, that sold, that's always good. So when I know more about that, I will share too. But I think there's going to be some good things coming from this, just knowing that they'll easily get their orders and quite quickly. And actually, if I think about it, I know some ladies like to put in little candies and fun little things in, like with an order. But the main thing for so many is they want the order fast. And Mary Kay's shipping is fast, I think, as
It
it
is
is.
fast.
It's
See,
very
because
fast.
and
It
the
is very fast.
boxes that we get are, I think they're beautiful.
They are.
Compared to the Amazon, who knows what you're getting.
Mhm. Doesn't it say gorgeous or something like
Yeah,
that?
it
Yeah.
does. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a good thing, just a matter of getting used to the changes and stuff together. So we'll work through it together, but I hope it helps you have more sales. So, yeah. So
Cool.
that's what I know so far on that.
Do you think once they get the My Shop all figured out, do you think they might create a new app with that?
Okay.
Because I
That's
think
what I was wondering.
um
Right,
people
like
my
to
age and younger are so used to apps, they don't want to go to like a website anymore to shop for stuff.
right.
So I was wondering if getting rid of the app was a precursor to this, and then
Mhm.
eventually, once the My Shop is up and running and doing well, they'll launch a new Mary Kay app.
I think that's probably what they're going towards, yes. And maybe that's why they got rid of the other one, because it just makes sense to do it that way. So I hope so. But I'll put that on the, is there going to be an app
Because I
for
mentioned this
customers?
earlier, but the current website isn't very mobile friendly. Uh,
No.
it's like pretty hard to navigate on your phone actually. And so it's easier if you have like a laptop or whatever. And some people don't even have that, right? Like they don't have a
Yep.
desktop or a laptop that they can use. So I'm glad
Mhm.
that this one that said it was supposed to be more mobile friendly.
It might look like
Yeah.
an app, even from the website.
Yeah, that would be okay if that was the case. I would
Yeah, I
sure
mean,
hope
in
so.
theory, they're supposed to be the same. My husband does coding,
Mhm.
and there's like they're supposed they're supposed to look the same on an app and on a desktop. Like there's he's explained it to me. Like there's things that they can do to make it fit to your phone and to make sure
Mhm.
that every kind of phone that exists, that the website is fitting to your phone so it doesn't look
Sure.
awkward or whatever. And
Uh-huh.
Mary Kay currently does not do that. Like it's like you're trying to scroll all over the page to find
Yeah, like
whatever.
I know what you mean.
It doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't automatically like, oh, you have an iPhone 13, let's size it this way, right? Like it's
Right.
to recognize what kind of phone you have and do that. Like my husband knows how to do that. And I was like, babe, I wish they would just hire you because like this
Exactly.
Yes.
um but with this new, like I'm trying to find something positive because this is like new change is kind of overwhelming for me.
Yeah,
Um
hear ya.
So the positive that I'm finding in this, the silver lining is that hopefully it will be easier to use on your phone because people don't like using the current one on their phones right now.
Yes, exactly. I like it when you can even like you go on a website and they give you the option like, are you mobile or is this, are you on a laptop? And then at least you can see what you're looking at. So hopefully we have something like that.
And then I'll have to go open my own checking account because I don't want that money to go into our regular checking. And then it's going to be like money in. And then when I take money out, then it's going to be like, oh, you're taking money out. I'm like, but did you notice I put money in? So I'm going to
Yeah.
just have to get my own checking account because I like my ProPay card. I'm just going to want the money to be there so that if I place
Yes.
an order, I can just pay with that money. I really love to pay with, that's like a present to pay with the
Yeah.
present money.
Well, and there's nothing better for a marriage than having just money coming in and nothing coming out. So I think it's smart.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I'll have
That's
to
why I
get
did
my
that
own
too.
checking. That'll be something I have to go do, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yes.
they'll have a free checking account somewhere.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Hmm.
I think so.
I think they do.
Usually a credit union will have one.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have a credit union through the school.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're usually free.
I'll go
Especially
there.
credit unions. Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go there because I don't have an account with them yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a little extra hoops and stuff, but
And
hopefully
maybe
it'll
I'll
be
change and have my work paycheck put in there and I'll have a whole lot of money for Mary Kay.
Oh, I'm gonna stop the recording here.
Yeah,
So-